How do you find the coefficient a in an exponential function? There are two ways to find the coefficient a. 1. If you know the y-intercept, then a is the y-coordinate of the y-intercept. 2. If you know the base b and a point on the graph, you can solve the equation y equals a times b to the power of x for a. Let's look at an example. Say you have this graph of a function f of x. You are asked to find the coefficient a. In this case, you can read the y-intercept directly from the graph. It is here. The y-intercept is at 0, 4. So, by method 1, you know that the y-coordinate of the y-intercept equals a. In this case, it's 4. That means the coefficient a is 4. Notice that you don't need to know what the base b is. This is true in all cases where you can determine the y-intercept. You'll learn how to find the base b in a later video. Let's look at another example. You are asked to find the coefficient a of the function g of x. You know that the base b is 5, and that the point 1, 35 is on the graph of the function. Since the point you have is not the y-intercept, you need to use method 2, which is solving the equation y equals a times b to the power of x for a, after filling in the information you have. Let's talk about this equation first. Here, y is the y-coordinate of your point. A is the coefficient you're looking for. B is the base. X is the x-coordinate of your point. You can look at it as an exponential function a times b to the power of x, where instead of g of x, you write y instead. Since this is the general form of an exponential function, you can use it to find a. From the information you have, you get that y is equal to 35, b is equal to 5, and finally, x is equal to 1. Inserting these values in the equation, you get 35 equals a times 5 to the first power. On the right-hand side, you have the power 5 to the first, which is 5. To isolate a on one side, you divide both sides by 5. You get 35 over 5 equals a. 35 over 5 is 7, so a equals 7. That means the coefficient a is 7 in the function g of x. There are two ways to find the coefficient a. 1. If you know the y-intercept, then a is the y-coordinate of the y-intercept. 2. If you know the base b and a point on the graph, you solve the equation y equals a times b to the power of x for a.